Football is back, and Underdog is the best place to make picks and win money all season long. Playing on Underdog is easy. Just pick whether your favorite players will go higher or lower on stats like touchdowns, receiving yards, interceptions, and more. Get your picks right and you can win up to 5,000 times your cash. You can play with as little as $1. Download the app today and sign up with promo code SPORTS365 to score $50 in bonus funds when you play your first $5. That's promo code SPORTS365. Millions of fans have already won billions making picks on Underdog. Will you be next? Underdog. Make picks. Win money. Must be 18 and up, 19 and up in Alabama, Nebraska, 19 and up, and in Colorado for some games, 21 and up in Arizona, Massachusetts, and Virginia, and must be present in a state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Offer not valid in Maryland, Michigan, Ohio, and Pennsylvania. Concerned with your play? Call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In New York, call the 24/7 Hope line at 1-8778-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY. That's 467-369. See assets.underdogfantasy.com/web/play and get terms _DFS_.html for details.
Welcome into Paul Catalina's Top 5, brought to you by Flag Anthem. Go to flagandanthem.com. Use our promo code 365sports for a discount at checkout. I don't know if you heard about this, but James Franklin out after 12 years at Penn State. So let's dive right in to the top 5 candidates that they have. Number 5, Brian Kelly. And here's why I say this. He's a good coach. He is not yet a great coach. He does things, though, that James Franklin hasn't. He has won big games. He finally won his first big opening week game. Now, there are things that I would change about Brian Kelly that I know that LSU fans would change about Brian Kelly because I spend every single day with one, and I know intimately what they want. And I'll say this, Brian Kelly is a far better fit at Penn State than he ever was at LSU. He's from that region of the country. He doesn't have to pretend he's from a different region of the country. There's a lot of different things that he can do there. It would not surprise me if he winds up a candidate as they get down the line, because I'm sure he can feel the tension and the culture clash in Baton Rouge. And this is the perfect Brian Kelly escape hatch. I don't think he'll be their first choice, but I definitely don't think he would be their last, given what he's accomplished in his career. Number 4, this is my actual favorite one of the whole bunch, which makes me think they're probably not going to do it because I'm never really right about these things. Number 4, Brent Key from Georgia Tech. He has taken a moribund Georgia Tech program and turned them into a locker room full of bloodthirsty, badass monsters. Look, are they a national championship contenders at Georgia Tech? Probably not. Are they playoff contenders? I think that they are. I think that they could very much find themselves in the ACC title game against Miami. And given the fact that they've beaten Miami in the past, very recently, twice the last 2 times they played them, they could find themselves in the playoff because he has changed the attitude there. Now, what's going to limit Brent Key at Georgia Tech is that Georgia Tech is a small school. It is a very elite academic institution. All these good things about Georgia Tech turn out to be minor hindrances to coaches. If he's going to stay in the ACC, then he needs to be at one of the bigger boy schools if he's really going to progress consistently over and over and over again to that level. But he's got Georgia Tech at a consistently good level. He is clearly a program builder, and he is someone I would want running my college football team. But let's just say the Brian Kelly scenario happens. Wouldn't you rather have Brent Key if you're LSU than some of the other guys out there? Yes. So being that he's from the South, he's probably a better fit for some of the other jobs that might be open now or might come open in the future. Please don't hire him, Florida Gators. Number 3, Eli Drinkwitz. he is going to come up for a lot of jobs. And look, Missouri is a great job. I think Florida's going to want him because he's routinely beaten them. I think Penn State's going to want him because he is innovative and different and not afraid. He's kind of everything that James Franklin is not, right? And so but also all the things the good things that he is. He's consistent. He's good. He builds winners. Those things happen. And look, how do you get from Mizzou, which is an SEC school and not a top tier SEC job, but one of the better ones in the second level? Like, how do you get them out of that job? Well, you've got to find a school that cares more about football. Now, Mizzou has got a great fan base for pretty much every sport that they have, but you want to find a school that cares more about football than yours? It's probably Penn State in most cases. Like, they are football centric at Penn State and volleyball, but football centric at Penn State. Absolutely. When's the last time you heard about Penn State basketball or baseball or anything like that? This is a football school. And if you don't believe me, look at all the things they've turned their cheek at to make sure that football continues to roll. That's all I'm going to mention about that, and it's veiled. Number 2, Matt Rhule. Look, he is an alum. He is a builder. We know that. But the negative, and there's only one negative to Matt Rhule going to Penn State, is you fired James Franklin because A, he can't win the big game, and B, you're tired of him. I mean, those two things in whatever. But the reason is the reason. These 2 losses that just happened, okay, UCLA, Northwestern, that's bad. But happening after the Oregon game, you realize you've probably taken it as far as you can go. But Matt Rhule also has not won those games, is 0 for 17 in his career against the AP top 20, top 10. Okay, so he needs to win those big games as well. He hasn't proven that yet. I think he should stay where he is because it appears Nebraska's got a good thing going, and that's a place that also cares a lot. Penn State, obviously a little bit bigger when it comes to that recent success, but the pull of the alma mater and the pull of the relationship with the athletic director could be too much. And I wouldn't blame him if he took it. It's his dream job. Why would you not want to be the head coach at Penn State if you were a walk-on linebacker there in the glory days? That is the job that I think could get Matt Rhule out of Nebraska. But the number 1 candidate, I think, is Curt Cignetti. Now, look, yes, he's 64 years old. But I do think he's got a decade left in him of coaching before he's done because he waited a long time to be a head coach. He left Nick Saban's staff and then worked his way up, successful every step along the way. And he's got Indiana, a school that didn't know that footballs were oblong until 2024. For God's sakes, beating Oregon at Autzen Stadium. That is a coach. And that is someone who knows how to win the big game. And that is someone who fits what you're doing. And that is also someone in the conference that you can, if you're Penn State, and I promise you, Penn State fans look down their nose at Indiana even still, and right now are looking at them with a tremendous amount of jealousy. Curt Cignetti is the best choice for Penn State right now. And think about it this way. You're not making 20-year hires in coaching anymore. They make too much money. You're thinking about a decade hire. If Curt Cignetti is at Penn State for a decade, they're going to have some playoff wins. I promise you that. This is the top 5. Coming up, the Carnival.